Okay, so this review is about a series. It's been years since I was in the age group for this type of series, so obviously I haven't read the newest books. But for some reason I picked up some of them, like some of the earlier ones. It's called Dear Canada. Now, this was the first book that I was introduced to, and this was when I read it, like first read it. It just came out, so like 2000. Yeah. Yeah, 2002. So it was the later part of grade 4 for me. So, the other books at that time before this one was A Prairie as Wide as the Sea, Orphan at My Door, and With Nothing But Our Courage. And a lot of the books are, a good majority of the books, there's like 44 books in the series. And they came out with a new one about a year, 2 years ago. But yeah, each one, like as far as I can tell, a lot of them, if not all, I could be wrong. I'll try and find a list and put it in, at least in the description box or in my blog, that there are different authors to these books. So, like, each author will take a certain time or situation, make up a name, like, pick a random, like, these pictures are from, like, Getty Images or something. Yeah. Like, the picture was from somewhere. But usually, like, the background here, I think, are actually, like, actual images. Crap. But, yeah. Each one has a certain setup. Obviously, you get... So, this one is The Red River Diary of Isabel Scott. Rupert's Land, 1815. So... yeah. So, you get the diary, and then you get, like, an epilogue after, like, the last... After the last entry, you get an epilogue of, like, what happened. So, like, Isabel and her family had high hopes when they returned to the Forks, and... yeah. So, what happened, and then you get a little bit of a historical note, so actual information, because a lot of it is made up with a few bit of, like, truths in there of what, like, would have happened about that time. So what would have happened 1850 about November 30th. And then you got the historical note, and then you get actual, like, images. So you got a painting, you got, like, photographs. So you get almost primary sources here. So you got a sketch. Yes, yeah. Then you got maps, and then that's a map of, like, Rupert's Land, and, like, sometimes they'll... well, this was a different type of route, but sometimes they'll... like, in one of them, it has a route of what the family would have taken. But, yeah, you got, like, the acknowledgements. Yeah, cover portrait, National Gallery of Scotland, Alexander Nell. Yeah, but anyway, so you got that. So, and yeah, you got a ribbon to hold your place, so you don't need a bookmark. So yeah, that's pretty much the setup for these ones. Orphan at My Door, The Home Child Diary of Victoria Cope, Guelph, Ontario, 1894. So this one's basically about like her family taking in like home girls, like our orphans. With Nothing But Her Courage, The Loyalist Diary of Mary MacDonald, Johnstown, Quebec, 1783. So her family moving from the US up to Canada. So I think this one, yeah, so you got primary document. More image-wise. Yeah, so this would be the route her and other Loyalist families would have taken. So yeah. Prairie as Wide as the Sea, The Immigrant Diary of Ivy Wetherail, Milleroiska, Saskatchewan, 1926. So moving out from England to getting their, going out to the prairies to like farm. Alone in Untamed Land, The Fille du Roi, Diary of Hélie Saint-Onge, Montreal, New France, 1666. So her sister was supposed to be a fille de roi, but she died on the way over from France to New France, and like she's like, okay, I'll be brave and take your spot and all this. And so yeah, there's that, and like there's these other stories like War of 1912, World War I, Holocaust, I think the newest one. For some reason I looked up the newer titles. Like, for some reason I've gotten back into, like, why would I go back to reading a kids' book series? But yeah, the newest one would have, I think was about, the residential situation. Not situation, but what happened. But yeah. So, that's a book series, like, it's more directed to kids under, like, 12. Not people my age. But it does get you, like, introduced to certain times and situations of Canadian history. So, yeah, there is that, like, history introduction, and yeah, what a family might have been going through kind of situation through the eyes of a young girl. I think there was a short-lived series of, like, I Am Canada series written by young boys. I don't think that lasted as long as, like, this one did. Or this one has. But, yeah. There is that. It's a nice little introduction to, again, Canadian history. It's not a boring textbook type thing. You're seeing the eyes through a young girl of what's going on. And yeah, so something to look into. So happy readings.